Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel, JK Star A Reader. Today I'm doing a December TBR. That's right, it's a December TBR. Now that it's time for the Reindeer Readathon. It's a readathon that takes place every year and is hosted by Break Even Books. This is the 5th year and have 10 books in total. There are 9 books that pull Santa's sleigh, or 9 reindeer that pull Santa's sleigh, and I threw in an extra one just in case I want to read something else. So yeah, let's get going. The first book I have to show you, I have Shadow Spell by Nora Roberts. This is the second book in the Cousins O'Dyer trilogy. It is this book that continues on the story of Iona, who travels to Ireland to find her long-lost cousins. Magic that has been passed down the ages, as well as new love. And so there's some magical elements to this book, and I've decided it's time to get on with reading the trilogy. So we'll see where the second book goes. It is Shadow Spell. I chose this book because the word shadow is in the title. And for the first prompt, it is to choose a book with a word that is one of 5 words in the word search puzzle that the team at Reindeer Readathon sent out to readers. So yeah, A Shadow Spell by Nora Roberts. Next, I have another book to show you, and this one is Queen Hereafter by Isabelle Schuler. I chose this book because this is a book that is set in a place that I have not been before. This book is a retelling of Macbeth from the point of view of Lady Macbeth. And so it is a recent title, recent release, and it's been a number of years since I read the play. I actually saw a live production of the play, as well as I read the old copy that I have from high school, and I listened to the audiobook, which where Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, James Marsden, was the voice actor for Macbeth. So yeah, Queen Hereafter by Isabelle Schuler. Now that some time has passed since I heard the play, I decided it's time to revisit the story. So from a different angle, I guess. So yeah, Queen Hereafter by Isabelle Schuler. Next, I have another book to show you, and this one is I Have Some Questions for You by Rebecca Makkai. And so this is the prompt for the 3rd reindeer. So we have Dasher, Dancer, Prancer. So Prancer, the prompt is to choose a book with a title that contains 5 or more letters, 5 or more words. And so this is the book that I've decided to go with. I read a previous book by this author, and that one was The Great Believers. I found that to be a compelling and I guess a heart-wrenching read. And so I thought with some time since then, it's time for me to read another book by this author, and this is the most recent title. The book is about mysteries and true crime, and from some reviews that I've heard of it, it is more literary than it is a mystery or thriller, and so we'll see where the author takes this subject. So yeah, I Have Some Questions for You by Rebecca Makkai. Next, the 4th book. So we have Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen. So for Vixen, I've chosen this book. It is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. So for this book, it is to choose one that I've been meaning to get to, that I've put off for some reason. And so this is the one I've decided to go with. I have 2 books by this author. The Astonishing Hereafter, as well as another more recent title. I haven't read either yet, so I decided it's finally time to do so. So this is a book about grief, about a young woman who loses her mother and decides to connect with her heritage by visiting where her parents are from Taiwan. And so yeah, I've been I guess holding off reading this book because of the somber subject matter, but finally it is time to get to it. So yeah, The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. The next book to read is, so there's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet. So it is Comet, and I have this book to show you, Life of Pi. The prompt for this is to read a book that begins with the letter L. The title of this book is Life of Pi, and I've held on to this for many years. And so I actually have seen the movie directed by Ang Lee, and I remember the raft that floats in the ocean with a young man and a tiger and a few other beings. So I have some impressions of the movie, but I guess I'll finally see what the differences are between the movie and the book. So yeah, Life of Pi by Yann Martel. So we had Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid. Now it's Cupid. The prompt for this book is to read a book with multiple points of view. And so the book I chose is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I've been slowly making my way through the Shadow and Bone series, and it's finally time to get to the second book, which is Siege and Storm. And it follows the events from the first book, which was a battle that takes place with a young woman trying to make her mark in this martial society that she's part of. So yeah, Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Next is, so we've had Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner. So next is Donner. So this is the book that I've chosen, The Darkest Part of the Forest. And the prompt is to choose a book with animals on the cover. And so this book, it has a lot of little insects all throughout the cover art of this book. And so yeah, I've been meaning to read something by Holly Black. I read some of her earlier works, but I haven't read anything more recent. And so this is the title I've decided to go with, The Darkest Part of the Forest. And it has some folklore elements to the book that I am interested in getting back to after some time away from reading fantasy and folklore. So yeah, The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. Next is Vixen. And so for this book, the prompt is to read something with a minimum of 100 pages. And there is some calculation that went on with that. But I arrived at 100 pages, and so that is the minimum that the book page count that the book has to have. So the book that I chose for is Tomorrow in Shanghai by Mei Li Chai. This is a collection of short stories about the experience the author has with ties to Shanghai and her life in California. I believe that's where she resides. So it's a short story collection, and we'll see the different aspects of contemporary life in China, as well as the life that Leigh has currently as someone who studies her own culture and is coming to terms with her background as well as her current life. And so yeah, Tomorrow in Shanghai and Other Stories by Leigh Chai. Finally, one more book to show you for the last prompt in the readathon. And this one is Rudolph. And for Rudolph, I've decided to read A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. The prompt for Rudolph is to read a book that was published this year or before I was born. And so this is a book that I've chosen, and I've started reading this a number of times. And with it, the colder months, and it's time to appreciate another story by this author, A Christmas Carol, by many enthusiasts of theater as well as the movie versions. I've decided that I want to read more by this author, and so it's time to get back to this book, A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. And one more book to show you. This is the 10th book. There are bonus prompts, but I don't think I'll get to them. But I do want to make a point of reading this next book, which is The Girl Who Was Saturday Night by Heather O'Neill. So I have a couple of books by Heather O'Neill that I have not read yet, and so this is the next one that is part of my collection, and I can't wait to get to it. I have it, and it is about a young woman who is part of the nightlife in Montreal, and I don't remember when it is set, but it is I guess a historic period of life in Montreal, Canada at that time. So yeah, The Girl Who Was Saturday Night by Heather O'Neill. Okay, that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. I'm trying to raise the battery, that's why I'm speaking so fast. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!